Hi, everyone. It's Amy Broderick. Excited to be with you again today. And we are here for another Miracles interview. Today, we are excited to be talking about frequencies, the work of King John Smarty, and all of the stuff that we do with the healing threads in the Telegram group. And so I'm fortunate today to have Liete with us. Lisa, say hello.
Hello, everyone.
And it's always fun to talk to different fellow Jedis that are doing this work. And Lisa, why don't you tell everyone where you're from, maybe a little bit about your background, and then how you found Smarty.
Okay. So I am from Massachusetts, and I am a hairstylist, salon owner for about 28 years. And I love it. I've never hated to go to work. I loved every day of it. I found Smarty about 4 to 5 years ago. Actually, I didn't find him. He found me. I was on Facebook and I was just scrolling, and there he was just talking, and it just caught my eye. And I'm like, what is he saying? Who is this? And I just could not stop watching him or listening to him. It was like I was drawn to him. And so I just continued to watch his lives, and everything that he was saying just resonated with me. I am a Christian all my life, love the Lord. And, it was a little different than what I was used to, but it still was drawing me there. And, I was talking to God Daddy, give me discernment, let me feel at peace with all of this. And he did. I mean, every time just got stronger and stronger and stronger. So I knew I was where I was supposed to be. So it wasn't something like a fly by night or something that I know when I'm supposed to be somewhere, that I'm asking my guy upstairs, is this the right place to be? So I knew that. And then I just started learning from him. And then he had the Jedi groups, and I started in on the Zooms, and they were just amazing at what the people were doing to heal people. So in my 20s, I was diagnosed with a disease, and doctors couldn't heal me, but I knew that this was not my path in life. And I felt that. So I went down more the alternative spiritual path, and years after, I was totally healed. I'm totally healed today, with no medications. So me going through that in my 20s, I really felt what it was to be sick and not to be able to live the life that Daddy designed you to live. So I had just this passion to learn more about healing and health. And so this was my opportunity. This was all Smarties is, mostly about healing. And it was my opportunity that I could help others to heal. So I was in. After that, I was in with them. So that's a little bit about me.
Yeah, perfect.
And I have 2 children, and I have a dog, and I just bought my mom's house, and I'm loving it. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I love all the different ways that it's like Smarty puts out some little homing device and we all get there in different ways, but we all seem to find him. So
yeah, absolutely.
Perfect. So that's awesome. Well, yeah, why don't you just start in by telling us a little bit about some of the healing miracle type stuff that you've seen in the work you've done so far with Smarty tools.
Okay. So the first one, of course, that I worked on was my mom. And she was really sick. She had some cancer, and she had gone away to get some healing done at this center. And while she was there, she took a bad fall, and she was in excruciating pain. They were planning to take her to the hospital in the morning because it just wasn't going away. So I talked to her on the phone. I says, Mom, I'm going to put you through the crystal generator, and we're going to heal you. And I'm going to put in the pain that she had was more on her right side. And I just worked on her all night, not all night, but I would say probably a good 45 minutes to an hour. I was working on her. And she called me the next morning and she was like, Lisa, the pain is absolutely gone. Now I told her I was going to work on her. So she knew I was working on her, but she called me the next morning. There was like, I have no pain, Lisa. This is not even normal, she says, because I had so much pain that I couldn't just sleep it away. You know, I knew I was getting up and I was going to go to the hospital. I felt that they were going to find something because I was in that much excruciating pain. So that was like the healing that really, you know, Daddy confirmed a lot, like, yes, this is real. And this is, you know, you're doing your work. And so it was amazing. And nothing ever came out of that. She never had pain again, nothing. She walked great. She was nothing. So it stood and it lasted.
Wow. Did you use the Smarty method as part of that? Did you use the crystalline generator and then do some Smarty method as well?
Yes. So I did the Smarty method. I was asking through my charm. So I was asking basically, you know, if I could heal my mom first. And it said yes. And then I asked certain questions and I got a yes or a no. And then I asked if I could put it through on the generator. And it said yes. And then I took a picture of her, actually on the phone. I took a picture of her where she was there, took a picture of her, and then I put it through the generator. And that's basically all I did. That's all I did. And then she was great the next day. It was just like such confirmation, especially from my mom, because, you know, she was older and, you know, she was doubtful. And she was just like, this is amazing, Lisa. Yeah. So it was good. It was good. And then I had on my dog. So my dog is, you know, he's going to be 16, and he was you know, he was kind of not lethargic, but he was, you know, slower in going out for his walks and not being as vibrant as he used to, wouldn't play anymore. So I put the pet holos. I put just the one pet holo under his water, and it was there, I don't know, maybe a month. I just kept it there. And one day we went out for a walk, and I ended up taking him off the leash because he seemed like he wanted to just go. And I took him off the leash, and all of a sudden he never beats me running. All right. So I usually beat him. And all of a sudden we usually, you know, jog or run back to the house, and he passed me up. It was like he had wings, and I could not even believe, like, I'm looking at him like, that is not my dog. Like, what is going on? But I knew right away that the pet holos and the frequencies was helping him. And he he had more energy. He was running. He walked better. I was like, this is a completely different dog.
Yeah.
And being 16 years old and being able to run like that, like there was no doubt. And he's been awesome ever since. Really. He really has been, he's been good. I have no complaints. So that
dogs, animals in general, they're even more sensitive to the frequencies than humans are. So yeah, they respond, I think, very well to all of our tools. So, you know,
and when you say that, when I am working on the tools or doing something, he'll be around me, but then sometimes he'll just like very quietly walk away. Like I don't know if he doesn't want to be with me, or he's like, she's busy, let me do what she's doing. It's very strange, because he really, and when he walks away, he'll put his head down and just walk away like, okay, I'm not going to be around this, or I need to let her do what she's doing. I don't know, but he definitely, his personality changes when I'm working.
It's interesting because I've done energy work around animals for a really long time. And one of the things that I've learned is that they self-regulate. And so they don't need the frequencies nearly as much as we do. So like, you don't need to wand them nearly as long as you do a person. So often, if you ever wand a cat, they just walk away when they're done. They like, okay, I've had it. I've got enough. bye, and they just take off. And so I wouldn't be surprised if that's, can be part of it at times, is that there's, and other times they know what the work is and stuff. But yeah, for anyone that doesn't know, because on the one hand, it's funny, I wanded my friend's tortoise one day, and the tortoise came out of his cave. He had this like igloo thing outdoors that he was like tucked way back. And I started wanding. This was when we first got the wands. And he came out. He came tearing out of that thing,
Wow.
And then he turned around like, I want you to get my backside, and
He was loving it.
And but then he went away when he was done, So it was kind of like they know how much they need, and then they move along. So yeah, it's interesting working with them, and they watch the energy too. Like if you've got the wand or something, if you ever watch like a cat or something, they follow it, and that's really good validation that something's going on. So for those of you that aren't sure about all this frequency stuff, it's like just watch the animals with it. They'll show you loud and clear that something's going on. So
that's true. Cool. That's true. I did have a client one time. So in my salon, I'm open with my clients. There's so many people that just want to know about this, and it's unbelievable how many people are open now to energy work and frequencies and learning a little bit more, or they don't know anything and they want to know. So I had a client come in, and she had sciatica going on. So she was on my shampoo chair, and I said, I have a wand that, can possibly help that. I said, it has energy and frequencies, and it'll just kind of go right into you, and it'll go right to the pain. And I did. And by the time she left the salon, she was like, wow, Lisa, I'm feeling a big difference on my back. And then I called her the next day, and I said, how are you feeling? She said, I'm good so far. She says, I can't believe that this pain is like almost gone. She says, it's not completely, but it's almost gone. It's so much better after I left your salon.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. And then when there's other people that maybe not so open to it, but I have a few people that really have like a bad disease or whatever, I'll just let them know that, I can work on that a little bit and try to, wand you a little bit. I kind of explain it to them a little bit, and some are open and some aren't. But the ones that aren't, they're like, do what you want, Lisa. And I'll sit there and I'll wand them as they're sitting in my chair, or, even when they leave, if I'll say, have a picture of you. And there's been so many that have given me pictures. I mean, I have a drawer full. So I use my my crystal generator a lot on my copier here. With a lot of clients, they'll just send me their pictures, and they're like, I got this, Lisa, I got that wrong. And, I don't follow up on everybody, so I don't know. But when they come back around, I will ask them, how you feeling? Do you need anything else? So I've gotten some good feedback with that too.
Oh, that's great. And you're like giving them bonus.
Yeah.
Well, and we know this is not work that we charge for. It's a gift from Source Daddy. So we, people often say, can I pay you for this session? And I'm like, no, this is the
I know, yeah.
So, but that's very cool, and just kind of added in. Actually, you may want to do this just as a making it a little more known. But I have a hairdresser here who runs an organic salon, and she actually is promoting now that she's doing some energy work as part of the service. So
that's
just a thought,
awesome.
I mean, because it's an add-on bonus that you're offering now. I mean, you're not charging extra for it. I'm sure she is, but
yeah, that's a good idea though. And my salon's organic too.
It's like you're giving a little mini healing session while you're actually getting beautified and all this. So have you noticed any changes because you're in the beauty industry? Has there been anything that you're recognizing with clients, whether it's the I don't know, we have all these different holos and stuff. Have you noticed any stories or anything coming up around any of that?
Well, in my salon, I also put a lot of the holos. So I'll put under all the shampoos. So especially since COVID, everybody's been coming to me, they're losing their hair. So I've been putting the hair loss holos all under my shampoos. I have a couple of products that help with weight loss. So I've put the weight loss on there, and I have definitely seen heard from my clients that so it's under the product, and they take the product. So those frequencies go right into the product, and then it goes into you. So I feel a few of them came back to me and they're like, Lisa, I can't explain it. I just feel great. And it was a weight loss product. And she says, I just feel great. I've lost some weight. I just feel good. They can't even explain it. And I'm just sitting here like, and I'm knowing what it is.
Yeah.
And so I do that in the salon. I put a lot of holos. I put a lot of the love holos around, just to spread that love through the salon. So it's always good energy in there. And I will say that people come in and they have said so many, I love coming here. The energy is so amazing in this salon. Like we constantly actually hear that. And so I know that the holos.
You're wearing holotech jewelry that are reloadable. So, for anyone that has a business, if you're wearing the jewelry, you're actually broadcasting all those holos out within a certain vicinity anyway. I mean, your jewelry's got the 50 foot, so it's going.
It is. Yeah. So I have the charm, and then this is also one too, the gold heart and these two necklaces. And then I also have the Apple Watch band that's on there. And nope, I don't have the I usually have my black bands on.
Got the watch band before, so that is a reloadable. So just like the charms and the bracelets that I'm wearing, and all of what she just described, they're all reloadables. So that means that every single one of the frequencies that Smarty has developed and harnessed into any form right now, they're in those charms. And I used to say there's thousands in there because I know that there's like 1,100 holos that have been developed. But Smarty, I listened to him the other day, he said there are millions of frequencies in the reloadables.
Wow.
So between your watch band, and the jewelry, and the jewelry's pretty, it's pretty.
It is.
So,
and it's very good, and it's very good quality. And this also, blocks, just for people that don't know, the 5G and all the harm that you get from all these devices. I have them on my phone, where I will put it on my phone, also the holos, to block the 5G from the phone to you. So that all my family
does that. EMF, all that, it's
that's so good. The EMFs, yes.
Can you put your hand up so people can see the band a little closer?
Yep. So there's,
Mm-hmm.
and they also, let's see if I have that one over here. No, I have my pink one here. So they also come in colors. I was going to show the pink one because it's really, really cute. The pink band too. So they come in many colors, but all my kids, they cannot wear their Apple Watch unless they have one of these bands on. I'm sorry. Oh, it's talking to me. But yeah, so that's definitely awesome to have.
Cool. Well, you're doing show and tell. So what else you got?
Let's see what else. So I have my wand. So this wand is what I usually wand my clients on, whoever I'm going to heal. I just kind of point it towards them.
And is that the stealth? Is that the little stealth wand?
Yes. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. So these green things are just so it doesn't break, because I have a bigger one and the tip broke.
Yeah.
So I got this one.
And those you can. So if you are looking to order a wand, anyone, it's the stealth. It's the S wand, and then those little rubber things that are on there. Those are also reloadables. So some people do take these little rubber things and they just wear them on a finger or something like that. But they're also designed to be a wand guard. So they help protect it should it drop, so that it braces the fall.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So sometimes I'll even leave this on my station and, people are like, what is that? So it gets the conversation going. Instead of me bringing it on, I just let it speak for itself. So
Sure.
I'll do that. And then I also have the cube that I always have it in the middle, usually in my living room. So it kind of radiates through the whole, my kitchen and my living room. That's all in one. So I'll always keep that out there. Just to all the frequencies that are coming from here is just amazing. Like I can't even name them all. I mean, he said this is so strong. So I was like, yeah, I definitely have to have one of these in my house. There's so many things out there that you have to protect yourself from too, that it's major.
And we don't know everything about these cubes yet because they're so new. And Smarty purposely hasn't told us everything, but we do know these are going to power a lot of things.
That's right.
Future. Yeah. And so this will be the future power source, not your electricity setup in your house or whatever. And so play around with it. I've had some fun playing around with it in my household. I had some lights that were flickering that were about to burn out, how they start doing right before they're going to go. And I started to just run this over the hallway or whatever. And those lights have never flickered again. And it's been 6 months. So,
wow.
and they're just really up high and I don't want to change light bulbs. So, but you can just, have some fun. I keep them right here when I'm doing these interviews because I know they're helping to keep the connection strong for internet so that I don't have a lot of like bumpy connection. So that's just another way that I'm utilizing them right now, but you can play with it. The other thing, and I haven't talked about this on any things, but like I have a friend right now and he's just in a really severe car accident. He broke his back and his ribs, and I'm trying to work on him a lot. But I ran him through the generator and we've been wanding him, doing Smarty method, all kinds of stuff because he's just in, dire need. So I just do what I call a cube sandwich. And then I throw my wand on and I just leave him there, and I just keep letting it all do its work, right? So we just kind of nicknamed this in the VAX group. We just call it a cube sandwich. And so you can do that.
I love that, Amy. Because I do the same thing. Because when I'm done working on it, I just leave it on the picture for like days until I do another one.
Yeah. And sometimes I throw the charm on and stuff.
Yep.
Like overnight, we're just going to give him the full treatment because, he's a lot of rehab right now. He's going through it. So
it needs major.
Yeah. So anyway, that's just a way that you can, harness the energies of all the tools if you have them and let them go to work doing some more. So, yeah.
Another one, Amy, that I use a lot too, is the water purification one. So water out there is, so bad for us. So his water, I have it on my faucet. I have it downstairs on my water tank. I don't have his the water cup, his water cup yet. It's on its way actually. But I have all his straws, the straws that will also help with the water with drinking. But plus I also put the holo on my cup. So I'll stick a holo on there. I have the straw that helps with bringing all the frequencies in. And yeah, so that's a big one. I think, a lot of people to get that their water purified is really important for your health.
Oh yeah, especially right now. We know there's just a lot of stuff going on out there, and regardless, rarely do any of us drink regular tap water anymore, but it's kind of like added ways. And often when you order something from Smarty, you may get a free sticker, and sometimes that sticker is just a really amplified holo that could be the water, it could be the EMF, it could be something you put on your electric box, something that a lot of people would use. So keep that in mind, but there's always typically a free version of that too. So if you're just getting started, just know we have lots of ways that you can do that. But the straws you get a package of 3 straws. And so that's even great if you're somebody that knows you're going to be like sharing this with other people, because you could always just give someone a straw, and then if they just started using the straw, even if it's like an older parent, you know, they might not wear jewelry, but they would sit there and, you know, put a straw in their water. So it's a good way to get people introduced to all of the holotech frequencies. So I love that you shared that.
Another thing that that has worked very well for me, Amy, was so my brother has an addiction to drugs, and he Smarty has the holo for addiction, and I put it on his phone, so when he opens his phone, the holo is right here, and I have it a holo under his plate when he eats. So when he eats, he always has that addiction holo underneath there. And he also does have a charm on now. And so he's been doing that he's been doing that for a little while, but he didn't do it steadily. So now that he lives downstairs from me now. And so all of these things that I have, like the wand and the cube and the generator, like even my kids, you know, they feel that energy here, and I can see my brother just like slowly but changing, and he has been free from the drugs probably maybe almost a year now.
Wow.
And so that's I think really needed out there too, because there's, you know, that's the devil's candy out there, and it's so many people suffer from it. And so that's a big thing. I've used a lot of the addiction holos, and it seemed to definitely, you know, put them anywhere you can find, you know, because that's such a deep issue.
Yes.
So that's been awesome.
Well, and whether it's street drugs or opiates or
Doesn't matter.
kind of pharmaceutical right now, there's just a lot of that rampant. So I'm so glad you brought that up. So
yeah.
Did you have something before we kind of wrap up about something that Smarty helped you heal directly?
Yeah, well, yes, that was my daughter. So my daughter had a spasm. So she went to the chiropractor and he felt it. And he says, you know, Alexa, it's just gonna have to work its way out. And every night she was in pain. So we were on a Zoom with the Jedis and with Smarty, and I asked Smarty to if he could do a healing on her, and within one day it was gone.
Oh.
And she's like, Mom, I don't have that spasm anymore. I'm like, no. She goes, nope. And I've never heard her complain about it ever since. One time she says it came back a little bit. She says, but then it went again. And never said it again. So that was one thing that I did want to say. You know, Smarty's the ultimate, you know, in the healing. So something that I can't do, and sometimes we can't do them. You know, we can ask if we can heal somebody, and sometimes it's going to say no. So I reach out to a Jedi or to Smarty and do a healing. And yeah, she was she felt so much better, and it's never come back. So yeah, that was a really a good one.
He's our secret weapon, right?
It is. It's just so amazing. I wish, you know, I'm hoping more and more people know about this, that this is truth, and this is real, and this is possible. I know since I've been around all of this and learning, my energy spiritually is like through the roof. I can't even really explain how I feel inside, but definitely my connection to Source, God, Daddy, is tripled. It's, you know, the spiritual part of it is just amazing too. So when you get around these things, this is what it does to you too. I've been seeing someone who does alternative work, and she's known me for 20 years. And one time I came in and she had known about Smarty, but doesn't really know his work. And I was had the charm on, and she noticed the charm or whatever. And when she started working on me, she goes, wow, Lisa, she says, I can't even, she says, you're like way up dimensionally. She says, I can't even, like, you're just amazing. You're just good. And I'm like, really? You know, because it was in the beginning, I didn't really know. And she says, oh yeah. She says, I feel it, Lisa. She says, and I've been working on you for 20 years. And there's definitely, yeah, you definitely spiritually have gone higher. So
well, I think a lot of that has to do with, you know, when we first started in with the Jedi, Smarty says, if you want your own healing or you want your own whatever, you know, activated abilities, yada yada, he says, go heal other people. And
that's
so,
right. Yeah.
so that's what we do, right? Every day we just like go do that. And I forget too, but my telepathic communications have gotten super strong, where I hear daddy all the time, and I hear
Wow.
other I hear dead people, I hear different things.
Oh, no.
And so as a result, you know, when I look back, that actually, I had it a little bit before, but after getting connected to Smarty and doing more of this work, it started to come in stronger and stronger. And every month Smarty kicks us up, you know, he's like, jump those frequencies up, you know, kick up the consciousness, kick up the abilities, kick up the connection to daddy source, you know, all of that. So that's an added perk to doing the work that we do. None of us are doing it strictly for that, but we should acknowledge it, because everything we do here, Smarty always says, ask for the validation, you know, ask daddy source to validate that for you. So that is part of the validation, is that in the work that you're doing and the healing that you're assisting others with, then you're getting your own gifts. And if you don't need a physical healing, then you're being gifted in the form of spiritual consciousness raising, you know, uplifting your whole vibration, and as well as your abilities. And I'm so glad you mentioned that, because that is, you know, it's just part of the whole picture, right? So
part of the whole picture. And you know, I walk around, you know, so on a high lots of times, and I just want other people, you know, to know that this is possible, and this is real, and this is you know, there's nothing better having such a close connection to source, and being able to help people, you know, which was probably something that we always could have done. And like you said, Amy, our abilities doing all of this, our abilities have gotten like I feel like I didn't really have many before. Now it's just like, wow, like I see this one and this one, and it just keeps climbing. And that's what, you know, God source, I believe, wants for us to have and know that we have these abilities. And Smarty's just, you know, helping us with that so much, and all his products are just building us up little by little. Yeah.
Some days it feels really subtle, and then other days it's like, whoa, it's like,
yeah.
So I hear you. So so I guess in just closing, is there anything else you really want to share or make sure people know about?
I don't think so. I'm trying to think. Let's see on my notes here. The other thing I do is I put the charms or holos under my kids' pillows. So sometimes they won't always wear the jewelry. So I'll put the charm or the holos under their pillows. And it might be just a universal one, or it might be something that they're going through, that I'll put the holo under their pillow. And that's helped a lot. And I see it in my kids, and they feel it. So that's been a real blessing, as far as you know, with a mom or with the kids. You know, you always want them to be at their best, and I just feel like all of this just does that. So yeah.
Well, yeah, and you got to think about they're like if they're in bed for 6 to 8 hours a night or whatever, then they're getting a lot of frequencies. And
throughout the
a
night.
lot of us do the ones with the whole, they have like a lot of frequencies on them, right? In an
Right.
8.5 by 11. So those can literally go between the mattress and the box spring if you're being really sneaky and you don't want them to know at all that it's happening.
I've done that.
You can do that. I've heard stories about people putting it under their husband's side because he won't have anything to do with it, and then
Yeah.
becoming a nicer person, and stuff is changing. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's good. But yeah, if they are more willing, then yeah, we have things they can
wear.
try out and wear or whatever, or use a straw. But yeah, it's a great hack as far as take advantage of that sleeping time and get stuff on the bed or in between the mattress and the box spring, so you can get the benefits. So that's awesome.
This is great. Yeah, this is great, Amy. And I want to thank you for doing this and helping getting the word out. You're great. I just thank you for this opportunity for us to chat about this and get it out there.
It's my pleasure, and thank you for being willing to come on. Some people are really camera shy, so I appreciate the brave ones that will come on and have a conversation with me. And as always, do like, subscribe, share this video out to people that this is relevant information for them. And this channel will thrive by your sharing that, and also take advantage of the other videos that we've already done. There's some great interviews that are already out there, and you'll always learn new things and hear stories about people you didn't even know could be possible. And as always, all gratitude goes to King John Smarty, to the tools, to the Jedi groups, and we'll just keep bringing you more. So thank you for tuning in.